Welcome to Warrior Class.
Where the teachers will pass.
And you will too if you pass. Hopefully that's working up there. So I don't see nobody yet. So hopefully that's working. In fact,
there we go.
Somebody can look and tune it. Yeah, that's Facebook.
Okay.
So if somebody can let us know, or if one of y'all can look to see if we're getting sound, because the microphone came out. So I'm making sure.
I'm gonna log on real quick. Let's see what we got going on as we turn our phones on silent.
Yes. Let's see. Is that showing everybody what's going on with this?
Okay. I think we're pretty good.
All right.
Let's log on. Let me see how we're looking on the online there before we get started here. There we go. Warrior Class.
Hello. Hear us?
There we go. We're sounding great.
Wonderful.
All right. So in this episode, this is No Drip Drip, the No Drip Drip episode. Arab Hassan from Liberia, greetings.
Peace.
Hey, Marley Mahogany. Hey, greetings.
Oh, what's going on?
Greetings.
Let's see.
Ile Majayi. James Thompson. Hey, okay. In this episode, the No Drip Drip, we're going to be dealing with everyday carry and our clothing, which is everyday carry too, and the best clothing for carrying your everyday carry. Now, what is everyday carry? Everyday carry is the survival tools that you wear, carry on you every day. You may not just wear it; it could be in your backpack or what have you, right? So from your gun, knife, or whatever, but also your first aid kits, your flashlights, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, stuff you will carry every day on your person, or in a bag that you would take with you, or combination thereof. All right. So we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at what you wear and your politics. Is it political? Or is it? I'm just throwing something on. Is there such a thing as that? All right. So we're gonna look at that. First, we're gonna get into any news. We got any news going on?
I don't want to say no news today, really. Except I would just make a suggestion for everybody. So one suggestion I have, instead of Valentine's Day, how about we celebrate the anniversary of the native Hawaiians killing the English explorer Captain James Cook on February 14th, 1779.
They wish they had kept it up.
Hey, and we can also celebrate, I put I got Black ASS history. It's too early to curse, but so that's some Black ASS history for you, along with the, Michael Jackson being the only Black man to make grown white men faint on every continent. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, no real news today. We're gonna get right in it.
One news. Next week's episode, you'll probably be on here by yourself because I'll be out of town next. My birthday is the 21st.
Yes, happy birthday!
So next Monday is the 21st, and
you're gonna be in Acapulco for the rest of the.
Well, this Monday is actually the 14th. That's Valentine's Day, and then the next week is my birthday, and I'm gonna be out of town. I won't say where, but it'll be nice. I'll be enjoying myself, and
I'm doing it, man.
You say, what do you want to do? I say it's peace and quiet. The last few years, my wife has been like, "No, we going out of town." I was like, "Okay, but I'm still gonna get peace and quiet." Because I don't do she's heavily into beaches and stuff like that. I take them for granted. I grew up in Chicago, where I would see Lake Michigan every day. You look at Lake Michigan, you think you're looking at the ocean.
Right.
She's at this is the ocean. I said, what is this? That's Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan was my first beach too.
Really? Yeah.
I
So-
never say anything. Take it for granted because I grew up by the beach. Ain't
Right.
been to the beach in 20 years. And people like, you don't go to the beach, you crazy.
Right. It's like,
I love the beach.
hey, you know, I'm more of a forest mountain person myself.
Shout out to Ile Majayi.
I'm more of a home
Had a
person.
beach adventure.
Yeah, true. Y'all, you know, that was fun out there in North Carolina. You know, I really choose sand in North Carolina, so that's not like
You choose.
Fort Bragg. Yeah, it's not a.
Oh, right.
It's not a you know, a place of pleasurable memories for me.
Mm.
Except that wedding, you know, that was cool. Got to officiate a wedding and all that good stuff. Yes, I appreciate weddings. So if you plan on getting married, hit me up. I'm gonna set it off for you now.
Well, absolutely. Peace, sugar booger.
Yes, peace, sugar. But so we don't have any news. We're gonna get right to it then, I guess. If you got any news?
You guys got some
I do
news?
not
You
have
wanna
any
do it?
Warrior news today. Today is no, I think that was yesterday.
What?
The 10-year anniversary with Whitney Houston.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
10 whole
Man,
years.
time really
Man,
flies,
time.
man.
Right. Oh, now Black Power Media, I believe it's the 17th will be Black Power Media's first year. It'll be the inaugural. Is it called inaugural? Let me see.
After the
Trying to
first year,
remember. The first year. There's a way of saying it. People say it the wrong way. The first year is the way of saying it. I think that's inaugural. Because they'll say the inaugural like is yearly. Inaugural means your first year. Yeah. So
Okay.
you might have me on that.
so if it's the second, third year, 20th year, you don't say our inaugural so and so like it's a yearly meeting. That's just your first year. Okay, so anyway. Is what we choose to wear political?
No matter where you get the fashion from and how it's produced, who's in charge of distributing it are all political choices.
You may not immediately think that there's a relationship between politics and fashion. Choosing to think of dress as simply something we do, yet what we wear has political implications. When we decide what to wear, when we leave our homes to present ourselves to others, may seem like an innocent and meaningless decision, but in reality, it's a decision that is conditioned by social conventions.
Try shopping for fruit, beer, and peanut butter and jelly at your local supermarket wearing an elaborate formal gown, or wear a pink wetsuit to a wedding, or Daisy Dukes in Saudi Arabia, and you will suffer disapproval, ridicule, and maybe even violence and imprisonment.
Mm.
We live in a political world. Politics happens every time we wake up and get dressed. We abide by power conventions and conform to certain expectations, and if we defy those norms, we face numerous and sometimes life-threatening consequences. You can say, nah, you know, I just wear what I want. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
We hear it a lot, and it's just not. One of my students said, you know, I don't get controlled by the media, marketing, nothing. So me and my wife sat him down one Saturday and played him this video that dealt with Edward Bernays, who created propaganda, right? And it dealt with marketing and everything, propaganda, and he was blown away. Like, oh, now we knew him, everything he wore. He had to have the latest fashions. He had to have the latest technology. We knew. He thought, you know, he just wanted this stuff.
Right.
How'd you even hear about this stuff? Right. So everything we do is political, and sometimes your politics are jacked up.
Right.
You just aren't aware.
And so it'll speak to your politics, what you're doing, what you're wearing.
Everything you do.
Everything. So us as EO, egg bill boom, practitioners, when we walk out the house, guarantee you we don't walk out the house like the dude next door.
No doubt.
There are certain things we thought of, we put on, all of that. Okay, and we're going to deal with that. The potential political implications of the way we dress: violence, prejudice, marginalization, Acceptance
Mm.
means that we can and always have used our clothes as a means of protest and resistance.
We have always used fashion to express and fight injustice, voice our disapproval with government, or as a way to highlight government intimidation and repressive regimes. Resistance can occur through breaking the norm or through adopting a certain forbidden item of dress. Recently, police in Sudan arrested 13 women in a cafe and later flogged them in public. Why? What heinous crime did they commit? They wore trousers and thereby violated Sudan's Islamic law. In response to the law and its seemingly selective enforcement, many women have taken to wearing trousers in public to register their dissatisfaction with the current government, using dress as a symbol of protest and resistance. These women have used their situation to create a public platform to further highlight and draw international attention to their plight.
Now, some of you all may say, well, they went against their religion. I always say, well, is that their religion, or is this somebody imposed
Right.
their feelings or their culture? There's a difference. There's some things like in Ifa. Always had a discussion with my wife. She'll say, well, so and so, so and so. I say, is that part of when we say religion, the actual lifestyle, or is that something imposed?
I mean, were there pants in the Bible? During that time, were people even wearing pants?
Well, yeah. So during that time, as far as where that's supposed to be set, I don't know, right? But
Good point. Good point. Depends on what.
But as far as I'm writing this game that's set. The setting is the Renaissance, the European Renaissance, and the 80s. It's a mashup of the two in Africa.
Wow.
I wrote a comic book based on it, so I'm making a game based on it, where the gods of the martial arts, the ones of the Asian arts are rich, powerful, because they're so popular. The African ones, they're all weak because people don't know nothing about African martial arts, so they starving because they don't have the followers. They don't have the ones from America, the Americas. Some of them are doing okay, right. They doing okay, but those Asian ones, boy, they rich as hell,
balling.
Right? They balling, and real arrogant and everything, right? Everywhere. So those gods are, and so the African gods, they get this demigod, the son of the god of violence and a human woman, and they get him to represent them, to bring glory to their martial arts. This is the comic book. Wow. But his grandmother, on the mother's side, the mother is a demigod. His mother is Arshun, who's beauty and love. So he looks so good that it's hard for him to get fights. I won't. That's all I'll say about that. And so made a game based on it, but based in that. And so I'm studying clothes for the era of the Renaissance. Oh, okay. And jeans actually existed then.
Well, that is interesting. I did not know that.
Yep. I said,
they were made of denim.
It's called something else. It's higher grade than denim. Denim is actually the lower grade that lets them mass produce more. But that same blue jean material, yeah, but it's a higher grade of material. Yep, that's in the Renaissance. So somebody could wear jeans as a way of bringing about a new Renaissance, right? And educating people. Somebody who may be in a place where you can only wear suits and they rebel by wearing jeans. You know what I mean? That would be making a statement. You go into a church. We went to a wedding.
That's what I was just thinking about.
We went to this brother who, who I don't speak of no more, and his wife's wedding. And at the church, I didn't know I had a hat on. And they said, the preacher said, let me talk to you, man. You're going to get me in trouble with all these women. I said, don't be messing with them, preach. Like that. He said, no, man, not that. He said, you got your hat on, man. I said, oh, don't let them bug you about that. I still really didn't know what he was talking about. He looking, man, you got to take the hat off. I said, oh, no, I don't. It was clear now. Oh, no, I don't have to take the hat off. Unless you're going to kick me out the church. And I mean, you know, I have to ask you to leave. I said, well, you know, those two people there, I'm the one that got them together, not you, preacher. And those two people there, they're my students, preacher. I don't think they're going to want me to leave.
Is that his rule that he had, that no hats in the church? Or was that a rule in the church?
Well, the other folks who went with us, who you know,
right,
they were telling me that that's a rule in churches.
Men can't wear hats.
That men, right, can't wear hats. I said, I didn't know nothing about it.
Me neither, because I ain't.
And I didn't, the whole ceremony, I was there with the hat on. Now, I had a fly haircut. I still had hair then. I wasn't bald then, right? I could have, no, sir. Because now you're telling me I got to take this off? I'm going to take it off. So now the clothing became a protest.
Right.
I wasn't trying to disrespect. I was joking with him and everything. You know, I can bubble out. That's our brother from England. You know, he's a master instructor. He's, gosh, Baba, you're something else. I said, I know y'all getting embarrassed. Yeah, I'm on y'all. I know y'all getting embarrassed. It's okay. I'm protesting. Y'all not protesting? Then I look over. I'm assuming he put his cap on. See, now it's becoming strong. Now, like, oh boy,
I want to put mine on.
See, and so I can bubble out. Then he's looking, and I know I can bubble out thinking, I'm glad I don't, but I would love to have my hat too. You know, so you can protest through your clothing.
Definitely.
And it doesn't have to be a protest where you're just knocking over tables and all that kind of stuff. You just you know.
I agree.
Or you know, this gets, you know, I wasn't gonna be that diplomatic with him, but in the head, when the wind hit my head, I get sick. Cold, so I gotta keep this hat on. I could have said something.
I had a kufi on. I just went to church for a funeral while I was back home, and I had a kufi on through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I meant to say, you know, I'm not Muslim, my head just cold, but I never said it. I forgot to say it, so I know that's like a political statement too.
Right.
At least they know, well, he ain't a Christian. You know what I'm saying? At the very least. So
that's the very same thing that's happened to me in my grandparents' hometown at a funeral. I wore a head wrap, and I actually didn't mean to keep it on, but we got so rushed that I just ended up keeping it on. And yeah, people were asking my family if I was saved.
Well, see, but the beauty of that is you became a talking piece. Now, if that had been your purpose achieved. So, and that's just from wearing a head wrap.
At least from the kufi, I'm saying I might be a religious person, but I ain't with this weak. Never mind.
But I wore whole African outfits with the whole thing. You can call it regalia because it'd be, you know, lace and to family reunions, everything. My family be like, you know, speak on. It was funny with them. I mean, it's from my sister. My older sister, she said at the family reunion, speak on the ancestors. I spoke on ancestors and elders to make it more palatable for the vote. And my sister, I told you, speak on ancestors. Now, she's a pastor of a mega church.
Right.
But she was like, I told you to speak on ancestors. Obviously, she was making a point somewhere. See? So what you say, what you do, what you wear, what you carry, that all says something. Somebody comes into a meeting with us and they say they're carrying a high point 9mm pistol. They're going to get clowned if we cool with them. Okay? And then
this is a shot at me because I once had a high point 9mm.
I actually forget who did that. And if it continues, then I look and say, okay, they're not being sensible because in the jokes, you're still breaking down why you shouldn't have that high point pistol, right? Just so now, if that's all if that's what you got and that's all you can afford, save your money. And get something. I can't even BS you on that one. I can't make you feel good.
You know what? I got to tell y'all real quick about that high point. A black police officer told me that I should get that. That's cold. That's the setup if y'all don't understand that. He's like, man, you should get it. You should get. I tell you what you should get, bro. You should get that high point. I carry one. Yeah, you should get one.
I carry one. You know damn well. You don't carry
what line did you say worse than white folks?
Colin the white man.
Oh, Cold, there you go.
But yeah, he got the Glock on his hip. Man,
Right.
you should get you that high point.
Get that high point.
You ain't gonna never be a threat to me.
Right.
That's
exactly.
what he's thinking. Anyway,
Exactly. And tell all your friends get some high points.
Political.
Peace, El Manifesto. Peace, James Thompson.
Peace.
so don't just think about clothes in your go bag. Try to improve your normal. Am I in the right place? Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, bro. I
We done with that.
No, I was on. We on.
Oh, I thought we were done with that. Okay.
Survival clothing.
Survival clothing. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll jump.
Yeah, your clothing is an important. We already said this anyway, right? Okay. Your clothing is an important part. I mean, the way we did.
Right.
It's an important part of your ability to survive in most situations. Sorry, y'all. Think of clothes as life-saving shelter. I like to always tell people that shelter ain't just your house. This protects you from the rain, from heat, cold. You know,
it could protect you other ways too.
Yeah.
If you got a dashiki on in the wrong place.
well, we're gonna get to that.
Yes.
Right. That's being gray. So people talk about being the gray man. What does that really mean? We'll get into that in a minute. Today we're going to explain what to look for and avoid when acquiring your survival drip. Now, drip is, if you don't know, if you know my age or older or uncool, yeah. Drip is your clothing, your gear. I learned drip a few years ago, about 4 years ago, when my son, he was still in high school at the time. Now he's in Hampton now, but he was saying,
adult.
Yeah, he's an adult now. He was saying, Dad, you gotta up your drip. I said, up my drip. What's going on? I'm like, damn, am I sick? You gotta up your drip. I said, what the hell? You talk your drip. He point. I'm looking like,
He said it like that.
What? What, you dripping on your clothes? What's going on? And he said, man, Daddy, what you wear, your drip. And so I get, by the way, what he's saying. He still ain't breaking it down to me, but I get it by the way, your drip. I said, oh, my nice attire. That's what you're saying. Man, you won't say it like that. It's your drip. So the whole house, we start saying drip. Drip. So this is the no drip. Why no drip? So you ain't leaking.
Right.
So you gotta be intelligent of what you wear. So we're gonna deal with the no drip. What I have on now, what they have on is no drip. I actually have on except in one circumstance, I have on drip.
Right.
This ain't what you want to be wearing. And I get into it not cause I got on brown and blue. Actually, brown and blue are the complementary colors, just in case you don't know. So you have a blue suit, you wear brown shoes. Don't wear black shoes. Right. Do not do it. Because if I see you, I'm gonna put you in the wrist. No, just tripping. But you with a blue suit, you wear brown shoes, you wear brown hat, just so you know. But I'm not talking about that, and you'll see in just a minute. Okay, so
don't just think about your clothes and your go bag. Try to improve your normal wardrobe too.
You face a trilemma. You want your clothes to be lightweight, durable, and inexpensive.
Lightweight, durable, and inexpensive.
Pick any two.
Right. So it could be lightweight and durable. It ain't gonna be inexpensive. It can be lightweight and inexpensive. It ain't gonna be durable.
Good point.
It can be durable and inexpensive. It ain't gonna be lightweight. So pick any two. Pick out the ones you want.
Or what you can.
Right. But if you want all three, you paying that money. All right. So clothing is a category where you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Be prepared to buy once, cry once. Buy once, cry once. Meaning, pay for that good clothing and say, God, man, I paid so-and-so for that shit. That's the only time you're going to cry about it.
Right.
If you buy something cheap and things go bad, you out here with some cheap shoes and you running and the heel, the sole breaks or come off with a.
Oh my gracious! Let
Now
me tell
you're
you,
screwed.
you better not have no flat size 13s like me, boy. That concrete, Lord have mercy, will hurt. I'm sorry, I just experienced that on the set. You know, I told you it was on the set for like 12 hours, and they had some old ridiculous boots, cheap. I got insoles in them and everything. The next day, I could not walk like that. I had to spend my days upstairs. I could not walk like that.
So we were shooting a movie. Our Dave was in the movie. He was, I think, about 8. And as we're shooting the film, I bought him these cheap ass shoes from what do you call it, Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
And so we shooting the film. He seemed all right, and then he come clapping over to me. He said, "I don't think I can do the next scene." I said, "What?" He said, "My feet hurt so bad." I felt bad, but like, damn. What you mean? He said, "Mom, they just hurt me." I said, "You need socks on." He said, "But the scene is supposed to be in the 1800s. I ain't gonna have no, and I'm a runaway slave. I ain't gonna have no socks on." I said, "Well, boy, shit, we can only be so realistic. I make sure we don't hit your feet when we film the scene, right?"
That's right.
And so we shot it like that. He had on. He took them. He realized, wait, they're not shooting low. He took the shoes off. He just got the socks on in the dirt. And then when we had to do a scene where he's being carried, then he put them back on.
Right.
He ain't walking on them. We had to do that. Those cheap
listen,
shoes will tear you up.
Y'all see me out, you will. I may not have on nothing expensive except my shoes, but I will have expensive shoes because I wear a size 13. My feet are flat. I have to spend money on my shoes, so I don't, like I say, be crying more than once. So
buy once, cry once. You either can cry about it when you buy it, or you can cry about it when it breaks down when you most need it.
That's a great way to look at it.
Pay for your clothing that's going to last you multiple years of hard use. Okay, not multiple years just sitting up there, but you can actually use it. It lasts. It's better to spend $200 once than spend $50 4 times. I say that again. Better to spend $200 once than spend $50 4 times. Now, if you can't afford it, we all go by what we can afford, but I always say save because we can always somehow get what we want.
Yes, we can. We got these phones.
Right.
All our kids got Jordans on.
Shit, all our kids got phones.
Androids.
Androids, right. This phone here, I won't even say how much it costs.
You ain't got to.
It's expensive as hell. And this ain't an iPhone. This is, Samsung. The iPhone's even more. Exactly. I'm looking at my wife got an iPhone. My 13-year-old got an iPhone. My son got an iPhone. I got 8 children. All of them got an iPhone. I'm the only person with a Samsung. My wife got 3 phones. My wife got 2 Samsungs and an iPhone. I'm sitting here like, when did we win the lottery? What the hell's going on?
I would. That's the only way I would have an iPhone.
But I'll say this: my sister got me a Lenovo Chinese phone. That mug lasted me 6 months. That iPhone that my wife had now, they get them upgrades and all that. Right. But she could have that for years.
You drop that cheap phone on the bed, it's still cracked.
Man, exactly. In fact, I dropped the phone on the bed, and the phone said, "Really?" It's like, I'm just done now. It's over. Is it really? I said, "Damn."
What you said about the $200? Listen, my brother is in New York, right? We all met in North Carolina last week. So before he went, he called me. He's like, "Yo, the bootleggers stay right beside me. High-end fashion bootleggers. You want me to go over there and see if I can?" So I said, yeah, go over there and see what they got. He went over there. So my brother actually is a fashion designer. So he was like, "What you want?" I said, "Well, tell me what you think is stitched well, put together well. That's what I want." He went through this. He was like, "Well, ain't too much I can get you. Maybe the one pair of pants." He's like, "This shit gonna fall apart soon, And he explained to me the double stitching and all of that stuff. And that's where you really see the quality of some of these name brands that we don't really mess with, or you can find, that sometimes it's just about the quality of the stitching, how it's put together so you can wear, like you said, wear it. So it's important sometimes not to cut corners at the discount mall, It's important.
I am a big proponent of goodwill. Actually, I know
Definitely.
that we have spoken against it at least once here, but I mean, and I know that it's difficult sometimes to find men's clothing in particular at thrift stores because men wear clothes until they wear out. But I can say personally that I have found a lot of good, very inexpensive things at thrift stores. It's just that you have to have a certain pattern of going there, making sure that you're checking. The thing about the thrift store is that you can't go when you're looking for one specific thing. You will not find that thing.
You just have
but
to go periodically.
if you go when you pass by or you go periodically, then you'll see something like, oh, you know. So that's kind of how you have to approach that.
That definitely works better for women. Men, particularly if we're not, vertically challenged. Whew.
Yeah, it's hard.
I tried to find, my boy went to the Goodwill. I found an Armani suit, but he buys 7. Ain't too many men snatching that up.
Right.
I said, man, I'm gonna go to the Goodwill try to find me a suit. I went right back to my regular store. I'm looking through for about an hour. I'm like,
because you went on looking for a specific thing.
Like she just said, you just gotta go.
Right, but I mean, you have to get real lucky to get a suit though, because these suits, they have plenty of suits, 30 waist by 30 length.
Well, that's like me,
right? I'm like, what the hell?
What he's saying,
I think that's even shorter. I think
what he's saying has some validity though, because the popular sizes for men in every store, whether it's thrift or in a compartment store, they go fast. Right. You know what I'm saying? The 34, 36 in the waist, they're gonna go fast. The 10 and a halves to 12s and stuff, those shoes are gonna go fast. So you gotta, like, back to what she said, you kind of periodically check or either know when they putting new stuff out and stuff of that nature.
And if you can find good durable materials at the Goodwill, it also may behoove you to form a business from that too.
As I have.
Right, exactly. That's what I thought about. Like, yeah, and both of them actually, that may be a good move.
Rockhill E on Poshmark, check me out.
There you go. All right, I'll be like you.
We're clothing.
Yeah, if you're on a tight budget.
Okay, if you're on a tight budget, it's almost always better to save up and buy something $20 cheaper from Walmart. No, excuse me, I read that wrong. It's almost always better to save up than to buy something $20 cheaper than to buy.
Right? We ain't pushing Walmart
at all. I've never pushed Walmart.
If you're on a tight budget, save all your money and go to Walmart. No, hell no, unless Walmart's paying me $1 million and Walmart would treat black people with justice, then they may get that. But other than that,
exactly.
Focus more on materials and construction and design, and less on brands and or stores. The more boutique stuff is often better anyway.
And her store is called
Zuri Soko. It's spelled NZURI SOKO. I'll put it in the chat. It's a beautiful marketplace.
And it's a boutique type place. See?
Go.
All right. It used to be called something like something sweet boutique.
It used to be called
in the 80s.
Street clothing.
Yeah, street boutique clothing. See, I remember the boutique.
Wow, I do not remember it. Okay. For materials, prefer wool to cotton and nylon to polyester.
Avoid cotton for anything that will contact your skin, unless it's a hybrid blend specifically known to fix cotton's normal problems with absorbing sweat too much.
Most clothes fail around the joints and edges. All right, around the joints and edges. Look for reinforced seams, extra stitching, extra or tougher material at abrasion points, and so on.
Avoid tunnel vision when considering a specific garment. Keep in mind how it might layer with other clothing, mix and match, etc.
The best options are easy to wash and repair with limited resources. Not only is this great in a long-term emergency, but you'll save money and be less wasteful over long run too.
Now, you got clothes, say they get dirty, you've been wearing them for 3 days, it's gross, but you don't have a choice. Stuff is falling down, right. You're on the move, whatever. You don't want to use up your water. You got very little water. Like, what do I do? Wash these clothes. If it's during the season where there are ants, you're lucky if you can find an anthill. Throw your clothes on the anthill. Leave them on the anthill. Those ants rush them. There's an enzyme in the ants. Now you're gonna have to shake your clothes out real good.
Really good.
But those enzymes will clean your clothes.
Wow. Now, is it specific ants? Red ants?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They all have that enzyme. Some people might say red ants, but getting them out of your clothes might be
very careful. Make sure.
Right.
Tree ants are the best. Then.
Right. And don't do the warrior ants, the siapu ants from Africa, because you ain't getting them clothes back. All right. For high quality survival clothing that doesn't flag you as a prepper, look to the following categories: urban cyclist wear, motorcycle wear.
Right.
They got sturdy jackets,
they really
jeans,
do.
all
pants
that.
Are really
work wear, including duty and tactical wear. I used to wear. It was kind of style back in the days when I was in my early 20s of wearing work uniform like they wear in the sewers.
Yeah.
That came Das Effects. Bum stickity, bum stickity, bum hype. They were wearing it.
Everybody had Dickie suits and all that.
Right. We were wearing, and the Dickie suits, those are all, and Dickie suits are inexpensive. And they now that is Walmart though. But those are very durable.
Yes.
And then we're gonna deal with Gray Man after this before we go to
Melanin Rich. Nay says she loves the hat barber.
Thank you.
He got plenty.
Yeah, I got plenty of hats. I got about 50. I've been slowing down which hats I wear, so stuff break down, and I put the hat on. People don't recognize me. But
I was gonna say too. El Manifesto said something about what you're talking about in the chat. It's further up, but he was talking about how you talked about not trying to look too tactical.
Yeah, right. We're gonna deal with that. Right. We're about to deal with that with the Gray Man. Right. So when I said you're trying to, not get flagged as a prepper, you don't want to, because people say, "Oh, they got stuff." They'll take. And more than that, too. They say he's a prepper. Stuff go bad. Everybody looking for you to help them. You want to help people, but damn, you can't help the world, and you trying to survive yourself right now.
Can't save everybody.
With your people. You got your son. He said, "Oh, you know how to prep." Now 10 people asking you for help while trying to sneak in your bag and take your stuff, too. So you got to be careful. So you go cyclist wear, work wear, boutique heritage brands. So you say, well, what's a boutique heritage brand? Like, Oshkosh Bigosh and all that kind of stuff. The stuff that's known as being that hardcore but not expensive stuff. The work clothes, like Dickies and stuff like that.
They say Dickies expensive at Macy's. Look, everything expensive at Macy's.
Well, yeah, they just right.
Don't go to Macy's for
right. Like that's cold blooded.
I remember.
Yes, she called me El Manifesto. I Manifesto.
Oh, excuse me. I mean,
you got him Spanish, El Manifesto. It's like a Cuban gorilla.
I was gonna say though, I remember when the whole pandemic kind of thing started, and I wanted to go to like some Army Navy stores, more tactical type stores, just to look for certain things that I knew were kind of gonna be scarce soon. And I remember at that time thinking, because I mean, if you see what we all wear most of the time, we're wearing t-shirts with like designs on it. I wear earrings with African symbols and things like that. And I remember kind of feeling like I can't wear this to the tactical store. Like I need to have more of a disguise when I go there, so that they don't know certain things by just looking at me.
Right. Same thing with gun shows too. Right.
It made me kind of change and get different other things to wear to those places. So
during the cool weather or cold weather, if you see me at a gun store, you won't see this. You'll see me with a Scully on. You might probably will see a more tactical jacket. Jeans. You'll see my boots.
Nice boots.
You'll see these shoes like this. These boots. These boots are cold weather, heavy hiking boots, but they also have, I've changed the string. This is a string that is, they call it indestructible strings. You can't just cut the string with a knife. I use and have used this string to cut zip ties, to use as a saw to cut wood. Okay, and it's pretty inexpensive. Somebody, Melanin Rich Nay. Oh, how you doing? Oh, she said fire. Okay, so you can get these. They're inexpensive. You can find them on Amazon, stuff like that. It's inexpensive to get these. Pay more for your shoes and your strings because these are survival tools.
Right.
If your hands get bound and they're stupid enough to bind them in the front, and you can manipulate things to make that happen. Then you can take this string and use them. And one episode we'll do that. You run it through. I like to put it in my mouth, and then after I run it through, I can saw that off and break collar ties. Because you can easily break the thin collar ties like this. You see people do that. Those thick collar ties, and we discovered that in the camp.
Yes,
you cannot break them like that. You gotta cut those bad boys. Okay, so you can use that just like a saw, and you can use it as a tool also to dispatch your enemies. If you had to protect your family. So.
And you can use those strings. I'll show you mine real quick. This is a sneaker, but this is a paracord.
550 paracord.
This is 550 paracord, and you can get this. It's not expensive at all. They give you a good amount, and you can just cut it, burn the tips, and you can string up basically any shoe that uses round strings, or you can make your shoes use round strings if you want, and you can use those for any sneaker too. And just so you basically have them no matter what shoe you got on.
Right. And if your strings should break when you need your shoes most, and they're flopping off your feet, it's terrible.
That's bad.
You take the 550 paracord like he did, and then you turn them into shoestrings. Okay. And for many things. So you should have, that's one thing you should have, 550 paracord in your go bag or on your person. And you can have it in different ways. So this is a key. This is 550 paracord. I've wrapped it, use it like a keychain. And so if anytime I need it, I can just take it out and use it for like the strings like he did, use it to tie a hammock up, different things. I got more than this too, but so you can use it for different stuff. Or the other way, damn, I keep losing my keys. And all you got 550 paracord, wrap the cord, use it like and you don't even have to have like the ring and stuff. You just take the cord through the little spaces in the key, you got your keychain. Okay,
that's cool. You always got it then. It's not in your bag, it's accessible.
Right. So always have 550 paracord. You want things that are modular, things I can use one thing for many things.
That's the African way.
Exactly.
I haven't had a chance to replace the strings yet with 550 paracord, but these are my actually work boots. I just started a job where I need these. So they're hiking boots. They also have a steel toe, and they're in fairly good shape. Though I bought them used for $9 off of Mercari. They're the brand, not that we're enthralled with brands, but the brand is one that's very, very useful for these type of situations. They're waterproof also. I can't see them. But I need to replace the strings with 550 paracord. But this is an example of something that I'm talking about. These are men's boots, but they are small. But you can find things of decent quality if you can't afford to have them new, because these boots would be very expensive new. You can try to find good, well-maintained used things until you can afford the new.
My Danner boots, just so you know, my Danner boots cost $400. Now those boots they cost $400 back when I bought them. Those boots I put them through a lot, jumping out of airplane. Those boots have lasted me about 35 years, something like that.
Wow.
So, and they're just as good. The heel, the sole isn't worn. So that's the other end of that spectrum.
Right.
But you paying. So if you can find a deal like that, jump on it. Okay. And we'll probably do a thing where we list the boots and different things.
Yeah, I was putting
That'd
some.
be good,
I
too.
put the ones that she had in there. They was asking. I'm gonna put another one in there. I can't pronounce this Hawaiian brand. Is a Hoka Ono.
Right, Hoka Ono.
They're good running hiking
Merrell
shoes.
also are good, strong. But I actually found another pair of boots like that used that I'm going to buy soon. Because right now I can't do the $200, per boot or per pair, but eventually I'll be able to. But these right here, they're great quality. Like they're leather, they're durable, so I've been able to wear them, and they've been working out great.
Now, for everyday carry.
Okay.
One thing you need, and that probably whenever you see us, we'll have you got to have a good sharp knife.
We'll have more than one.
Because sharp knife is not just for combat. In fact, that's the least time you use it for combat. I hope.
Right.
But to cut things, I mean, you use them all the time. You're cutting meat in the house.
You're only as good as your tools. You see, trying to
Cutting
cut
vegetables.
trying to cut something with a dull knife is my gracious.
Or even we talked about the shoestring. Try cutting you need to cut the shoestrings, especially like the shoestrings I have, and you still got to work. That knife better be real sharp, and it better not be your primary knife because it's going to dull it because it's so durable. So by the time you get through it, it's dulled your knife. By the time you get two strings, especially. Okay. So make sure you have a good knife. I can reach into pretty much any pocket and grab a knife. This is a Tonto blade. That's specifically
when you got that,
for combat. I've been at this.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Tonto. This is a Tonto blade knife.
Do all three of us have the same one?
That's purely for combat.
No.
I think me and you, mine's a smaller version.
Okay. Right. I thought you had one too. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's a drop point. So a drop point used for cutting meat, different things. Right. This thing cuts so deep because it's just made for combat.
Yeah.
You can use it for other things, but it's not the best. But so also have your drop point knife. Right. Have you at least two knives, to be honest, because you got two, you got one. Because you're gonna lose one and one gonna break.
Right. I just got this one because I lost it in North Carolina. I had to get another one. Good thing I got Amazon Prime.
So I always say, if you got one, you got none. So don't just walk around one knife thinking you prepared.
And hey, knives are expensive if you get a real one. But if you shop around, this one right here, Nikki found this one for me. This was $40 on Amazon. Yeah, and it still is. It was $40 a year ago, and I went back, and it's still $40.
This little teeny one was $40 or more.
Right, it's the same brand. It's Kershaw with the Emerson Wave.
It's crazy.
That's not cheap.
You're a catch and deal master.
She is a deal master. They call them snipers. That's what they call them. She's a sniper.
Now I tell you, you all have seen before, if you've been following us for a minute, my titanium knife.
Oh yeah.
That mug was expensive. I won't even say how much that was. I'm not gonna embarrass. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Like, where you getting the money from? Like I'm Tommy. Like, where you getting all that money? Like,
On an unrelated note, buy his books.
Yes, and then I did buy more stuff to show you. Let me see if I show you
that knife.
And also, Monty is asking about Swiss knife, but that's a good knife to have.
Okay, a Swiss Army knife is good for just for basic survival. Yes,
like multi-tool.
But that's very low level. Get yourself a multi-tool. They're more durable if you can. To be honest.
I'm sorry. You just asked me to open the knife for him. Now that's how I open it when it's out like that. When I already got it out. But this has what is called Wave technology. That little hook right there. He has the same thing on his. So when I pull this out, it pops out automatically.
Yeah. So it hooks to your clothes. So when you pull it. It's open.
It may scare you if you've never done it before because you're going to think it's going to pop up on you, but it's designed to pop out after your hand. So it's not going to pop out and cut you.
Now, I'll tell you this, unless you're an assassin, you're not going to use this. You're not gonna this little circle thing, just so you know, unless you've done a lot of training. Under stress and duress,
Fine motor.
you try and do this. It feel like this thing is stuck. It ain't stuck. You squeezing the whole thing, but you don't realize it.
Or you mess around and cut yourself.
Or you cut yourself. With my titanium one, it has a lever you just push and the whole thing boop come up. It's not a button, it's connected to the thing itself. So you're pressing, it's coming up. Press down, it comes up. But I put myself on a stress and duress situation, drew it quick. It's picture perfect, nice. And I'm like, what the hell? And where it moved? Because I'm not pressing down, I'm pressing in, but the stress didn't realize it. And so I go back to my can't get it and go back to my old training, which teaches me when you have a knife, just so you know, I got to give you this because to leave you with thinking you just gonna push that mud like that, I manifesto, it ain't gonna happen. Stress and duress unless you've been training as long as he has. Put your 2 fingers on that mug and just pull it, and it's out and it's ready to go. But I think we dealt with that before, right? So if you go back and watch some of my things, we're dealing with a knife, and we deal more with that. But so you can use under stress and duress, you can use your hands to pull that, then practice. Because if you're looking at this mug and looking at it closing, and it's a fight going on, you go out there, let me put it up, and you're not seeing the dude about to punch you in the head. So learn to do that without looking at the tool.
And you shouldn't be putting your knife up while someone.
You should right. A fight going on. I whooped him, man. I don't even need this knife. Look, if I'm fighting a dude, he 22, he was, attacked me, and I'm beating his ass. And you say, well, the boy didn't know how to fight. First of all, he's not a boy, you're a man. But so that's the first thing I would say. But he decided to attack me. And you can whoop him with your hands. No, he gonna catch this. Because he attacked me. He attacked me, and why would I put so much work into using my hands? My hands. One of my students called my hands delicate, which was he was cracking on me. But why would I use my delicate hands when I can use this? I've been in situations. They'll tell you I got all kinds of knife cuts on my hand. This is from another life that I lived. Okay, not a criminal or nothing like that. But people were really ready to put real work in on my ass. If I didn't know what to do, I'd be gone. Well, I can't assume just because I got the ups on him, I got more experience that he doesn't have the capacity, and of course he does, to kill me. And if he attacked me, did he just want my money or did he want my life? I'm not asking that question.
Right.
Or making assumptions.
I don't make these assumptions. Hey, man, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You trying to kill me, so.
We see so many times somebody get robbed and then still get shot. They give up everything. They still get shot. So, yeah. And
so, a good knife. And you never know when you need to cut a good burger.
Right. And so, when you get the good knife, like we said, practice deployment. Practice deployment, and don't stop. Like, okay, so we practice deployment.
Well, deployment is pulling it out and it's ready to go.
It's ready. So although we practice that all the time during class or whatever, when I bought this new knife, first thing I did was keep drawing. I kept drawing and put out front because it's a different now. Even though it's the same knife that I had, it's newer. It's harder to pull out. You got to adjust a little bit different, and I want to make sure I know that before I get out there with a new knife I never actually deployed before it happened. Right. All that shaking and baking, you're going to get yourself cooked. So, that's just what I want to give y'all.
Melon and Rich Nay, 2 good knives.
Right.
1 is none.
At least 2.
At least 2.
She said, that's like my knife. I practice with it, though. Not on a human yet. Yet.
That's it. That's not practice.
But just, right. I hope not. But just opening and closing it multiple times until it felt fluid to do it.
There you go.
Nice.
That's what's up.
A good knife check. Now, when she said practice, she hasn't practiced on a human yet. We know that's a joke.
Well, of course.
Of course it's a joke. Now, if you right behind that, no, it ain't. I'm scared of you at that point. But so Well,
And
we'll
you
deal
got-
with that in a minute.
You, Melon and Rich and everyone who's watching may want to go back and I can't remember the name of the show where we actually practiced
On the meat?
Right, we had meat tied to
Was
the
it Knife to Meet You, I think it's called?
Oh, Knife to Meet You, right? Yeah, that's
So
why you
clever
make
with
those
those.
clever titles. Exactly.
Tell me it's the rap back in the
So
day.
go back and look at Knife to Meet You, where we actually tied different cuts of meat to the bob, and then we practice cutting it. That could be something that you might want to do. And there's probably a lot of other things that you can do where you can actually practice as though you were in an engagement.
You can tie that meat to a tree.
Right. There you go.
Cut it. A slim down wallet. That's good to have now.
That's what I need to get.
And that's what I need too. My wallet looks like goddamn.
I got the big thick military
yeah,
wallet.
me
It's
too.
even camouflage and everything.
It's ridiculous. It was given to me as a birthday gift one year. And
Speaking of that,
I got some. Where the heck is that? Now that one, I know where all my survival stuff, but not my stuff. Right, not my wallet. You know, it ain't like there's a lot of money in that mug anyway.
Yeah.
But this is too big. And also, if you have a wallet like this, do sisters use wallets?
Yes, but I don't really use one. I did for a while, but it just I don't know.
their wallets are like this big though, right? Your wallets
you
are
have
like
a smaller wallet.
But I'll say that
try to get a just like you all have slim down wallets that you can purchase. They have wallets. Like
get you a slim down metal wallet if you can get it. But if you get a wallet, don't put it in your back pocket.
No.
Because what it does when it's so you have a wallet in your back pocket. It's on this cheek, right? It's pushing this cheek up because the wallet's there. That means it's taking your spine out of alignment.
Right.
You're damaging yourself. Never put a wallet in
Or your phone.
back pocket.
Or
Phone either, but at least the phone is, I mean, it's going to take it off too a little bit. But this wallet, a thick one like this too,
yeah.
Oh my God, it throws the spine up. That's why I reached in my pocket for it. I never carry a wallet in my pocket for that very reason.
And if you don't, actually, a chiropractor told me the same thing. I keep getting adjusted to my right side because of how much I've always carried my wallet and my phone at the same time in that back left cheek.
I was at Baba, can we do a class on African weapons? I'm into Hama. We will actually do that. The reason I haven't done it is because I know that's very niche.
Right.
Most of our people, and the same thing you can do, to be honest, with a machete, you can do with a Ida or Ada, a Kopesh. But we will do it just for the culture's sake. Like when I teach the African weapons in class, I'm always worried would they, really like this, because most people come to me for self-defense,
Practical,
things, and it's practical now. But if you approach it to just the cultural interest, you may not be practical with what you're doing. That's not their interest.
right?
It's their interest to what did Africans do back then. But see, I always tell people, don't guess at what Africans do, just so you know. Now, I love Hama. I got friends in Hama, which is the Historical African Martial Arts Association, right? But don't be so into anything where it's more about the aesthetic. Because the African, to be honest with you, I'm an African traditionalist as well. It's not about the aesthetics. When you first come to a real African traditionalist for spiritual work, it ain't aesthetic. It's bloody, sticky. It's not. They're not into the pretty. It's does this get shit done? And so the techniques too is simple. Does it get shit done? But a lot of times, because we want, we're into things from movies, we're into things from our imagination, what was life like? It was, so we'll get more into the blah, 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 blah. We've been doing this in our salute. We salute here, we go down to the ground, we come up like this, and we're here for years. Wasn't nobody doing this until they saw it in the movie. Wakanda Forever.
They stole it from
and
Bob.
They'll swear that this, well, I didn't create this myself. But they'll swear. I mean, should you see this on the sarcophagi of the Shechems, the pharaohs, right?
Right.
We've been doing this forever. but that sent our imagination somewhere. So we wanted to do, well, it's the same. But I feel you. I love the African tools. Love them. So we're going to do it just, for my own edification. Probably we'll do it in April. And the reason why I say that, April 10th, it'll be 50 years that I've been training in indigenous African martial arts. So we're going to do probably for that whole month of April, something special on warrior class and outside of warrior. We're definitely doing a workshop.
No doubt.
I've already planned, me and I can both have planned a master's workshop where what we're doing is, he's a master instructor. I'm going to teach the lower half of the body. He's going to teach the upper half of the body.
Oh.
That's just one of the workshops. We're going to do a whole month of workshops probably,
Wow.
And so
if you're not here, get down here for it. Or we have it on video.
We're going to have it on video. We're going to have it on streaming, not video. We old streaming.
Right.
So slim down wallet. Now, some people everyday carry. This has not been I have not been privileged to do this. Some people carry cash as part of their everyday carry. I can't. I just put it there because there are people that do that. My father, his whole thing was, son, you got to have at least $200 every time you in your pocket. Every time you walk out that door. I'm like, well, okay, you got $200 for me? I ain't gonna have no $200 in my pocket every time I leave out the door. But
mine is 40 to 50. I got 40 to 50.
But see, he's from the old, you bribe police.
Right.
Era.
Oh, okay.
So you use it for different reasons. Right.
These days you need way more than
$200. You need right. Nowadays, son, you take $20,000 every time you walk out the door, son. If I could do that, I wouldn't be walking out the door. Must be carrying me out the door. Put me in the car.
Going out for, you can have it delivered.
Exactly, that too. Then there's now cash. By the way, is for me is more than cash. I always tell people, have you some alcohol that you can, you got like said you got a bunch I got a bunch of children. They got their own bag, but carry.
This is in your go bag.
These are adults. Yeah, your go bag. You have you some a bottle of alcohol or whatever, because you can use that for trade.
Definitely.
If you are an alcoholic, no judgment. If you are an alcoholic, drug addict, carry that with you in your go bag. You say, what? There ain't time to be moral at this point. You have, more as far as I'm not going to do nothing like crazy to folks to survive. People say, I do whatever to survive. That's not me. I'm not doing whatever. That's why you train and be prepared. You don't have to do whatever. But if you are addicted to some substance, don't think you're going to go cold turkey during the midst of stress and all this crazy. Don't be with us trying to go cold turkey.
Sugar.
You better go.
Yeah,
that too. Yeah. You better go take that bump. If you eat sugar every day, goddamn, you better have a honey bun in your bag. I'm not gonna have it for you. I can't supply you with it, but you better have it. So you're not going off on folks. You're not shaking. You're able to shoot. You're able to think. You're able to move quickly under stress and duress because, man, if you need it, you need it.
I'm gonna have it for you, but it's gonna cost you.
Oh, he gonna take over the
what you need.
Right, what you need in the new world. Honey bun now, right. Honey bun now, laters, heroin, Molly. Over here, what you want?
Trapping, baby. No.
All right, you got indestructible shoestrings. You got it.
What you need?
Flashlight.
You should have that in your everyday bag almost.
That should be. Well, I have it on my person. So
right. As a tool.
And we'll deal with that. So I wear a jacket that with a lot of pockets, but it doesn't look tactical. All right, because I want to fit in. We talked about the gray man. To be a gray man, unless now I'm in a place where everybody's wearing tactical gear. So to be gray, people, you may have heard that. I'm the gray man. I'm going to be the gray man. To do that, you have to first know what the baseline culture is in your area. So you move into an area and everybody has pickup trucks and they They walk around with backpacks on, and they got pistols on their hip, jeans. You better be dressed like that. You better be dressed tactical, because that's how that community is.
Right.
That's usually, you must live in a white community in the suburbs somewhere. I mean, the country suburb, deep in the. If you're in the urban environment, look like you fit in. Now, when we get down to the clothes, like the pants and stuff, we'll show you some things. But so a flashlight you need to have. And this flashlight here, try not to put it in the. See how bright that is?
I think it's bright.
And so it has the regular light, and I can adjust the size of it. And so I can adjust that. I can make it strobe. I can make the slow strobe. Yes, see, that's what I'm not trying to point too much. This here, that is that's a lamp that I can leave. Okay, so it has different things, and it has a crenulated bevel.
Crenulated.
Yeah, it's old fancy. That means it's a bevel that F a mug up. that means this here metal right here, this crenulated bevel, you can cut into the flesh as you're hitting. Now say, it catches flesh, so then you can analyze. Who the hell know how to analyze flesh? That was a Wookiee that I just hit. Who knows how to analyze flesh? Who got a laboratory? If you do, you the police. So I'm not dealing with you like that anyway. So come on now. So this here, get your and it protects your bulb so it doesn't get cracked if you're hitting them.
Where did you get that from?
They're not easy to find.
I was just thinking that's not an easy. That's
I don't know where I think at a gun show, but I got two for me, one for my wife, one for my two youngest.
Oh wow. Yeah, I gotta get with that. I got the regular.
I can't remember. I don't remember if my wife got it for us or if I got it. To be honest,
if we find out about where you got that from,
I'll let you know. They heavy. You feel that?
Oh yeah, this is.
And that's made from airplane aluminum.
So it's lighter than the metal kind, but it's still metal,
and it's durable.
Yeah, that's
heavy.
That's lighter than.
It's funny you were saying that about where you live and what you better wear, because that was my exact experience. That I live in a kind of a country suburb. And so those are the kind of stores I was going into. And that's exactly what I was thinking, that I wear things that are very urban. I noticed. And I knew that would be completely out of place trying to go to those stores in those areas.
I know a brother who is a professor, and he had just found his African self, so he's going overboard. I don't speak African language to the Orisha when they get divination and all. I said, well, the Orisha don't speak African languages. I don't speak American language to the Orisha, English to. I said the Orisha don't speak English, Chinese, Yoruba. He was, what? They don't speak tree. They don't speak none of that. Bamana. What? I said the Orisha are forces of nature. This is why in any tradition, if you're dealing with that, you have some Orisha who's also the divine messenger, like a Shu. You have in each culture who that is used to translate the language that those spirits speak in, and so you can understand, and then translate the language you're speaking so they can understand.
Yeah, boy.
That means, what does that mean? Okay, whether you believe in those things or not, you say, well, that's a metaphor. Absolutely, it's a metaphor for forces of nature. Don't speak English. Don't put that on them. They don't speak Chinese. Don't put that on them. They speak whatever it is you are, because it's all in your ori. It's all in your head. And so, but he was so super duper African. And those people always know they're going to crumble, and they'll be with a white woman or white man later on. They're too overboard.
Too much of a zealot.
Right. Well, he was going to this range. And the dude that set up the people going to the range to shoot, he told him, you can't come to the range dressed like this no more. Dude would go with tactical pants on and a dashiki. So all of them were standing out. They, them folks watching all of y'all.
That looked crazy right there. Not crazy, but it looked crazy.
The crazy there.
Yeah.
That's when
But-
you break out.
And what it came from, he was a professor. A lot of
t-shirts.
professors who are trying to be cultural, they're dressed like that with the dashiki and jeans.
Right.
Okay, that's cool if you're in a, but that's not cool if you're going to shoot.
No.
Don't have a dashiki at all.
Right.
I got plenty of African clothes.
Right.
You ain't gonna see me wear that when I'm going on the shooting range. First of all, I ain't trying to mess my drip up. But two, you're not gonna see me out there like that. Never, because it's incongruent. Anything that's incongruent, you make people watch. So when you're incongruent, you're not fitting the area. You make people, or you're doing things that don't fit the area or the people that you're around. You make people watch. Imagine if you join the Nation of Islam, a brother, and you decide, you recite your lessons, you get accepted into the nation. And on the first night, they have you come up from processing class and you go to speak before the brothers. And you got on a pink skinny suit. You got a big orange bow tie that spins. It's lace and it spins. With each word you speak. And you walk up there. Yes, my dear, but they're gonna laugh you off the thing. Like, this brother here is making mockery of what we're doing. Some gonna laugh, some gonna be like, we're gonna whoop his ass because he's making mockery. You came in there saying, hey, I like this suit. You didn't read the room. No, and you were incongruent. So know what you're dealing with. Don't be incongruent. He's laughing at those shoulders. Yeah, that's my Nation of Islam walk shoulders. Right. So
that's also the wrong time to make that political statement, which
right now,
saying.
Yeah,
that's a political statement. That wearing that dashiki, wearing that black art T-shirt or whatever
at the range,
at a certain in a certain
at a gun range.
environment.
I got a T-shirt to say I love
you're
white
making
man.
this political statement. You're being true to yourself, but you're really just making yourself stand out.
Right.
Now I'm gonna tell you, I went to during the time when Obama was running for president against what's that dude who was a prisoner of war?
Oh, dang, his head face right there.
McCain.
Yeah. So I'm at the shooting range. Dude walks up and takes a poster down to his range, puts it on the post of Barack Obama. Right. So some of the people I would say, hey man, let's go take one of them McCain posters off the street and put it up there. I said, no, hell no. We're in their neighborhood.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well,
we ain't gonna be shooting at McCain. See, that always, like you said, it's not their time to make political statements. It's their time to do it in their place, but not them when there's a bunch of folks with guns who already
surrounding you.
Right.
Even worse than McCain, if you'd have got a picture of a dog and shot that.
Oh boy, they tried to kill me. They'd arrested me. They probably had me arrested for shooting at the picture of a dog. All right, so these are off-body carry essentials. So you won't have the knife, the wallet, the flashlight. Oh, your cell phone is everyday carry, obviously. Right. We ain't got to teach people about no cell phone. You're going to have that. But off-body, have an iPad. Okay, iPad, IFAK, that's an individual first aid kit. In this bag here, this is my get home bag. This is my go bag, which is at home when I'm ready to go from home. It's a 10-day bag. It's huge. I'm going to bring that so people can see the difference between like a 10-day bag and a 3-day bag. Definitely. In this, I have my water canteen. And this is terrible for a water canteen because it's got this cheap little water pouch.
Well, at least you got the strap on it, though. At least.
Right. So I can tighten it. Right. Gotta be careful what I show up in the So iPad, let me see. So you want to have an iPad. If you can't, you say, man, I got $100. I can either get me a shotgun or an iPad. Get the iPad, in my opinion. You need the first aid kit. You'll use that more than you use have gloves. Don't walk around wearing these gloves, like I said, unless you're in a place where, because you looking tactical as hell.
Unless you barber in class, just training with us.
Yeah, just training with them. I'm just, I'm doing that. That's my chance to know what it feels like. So you have your iPad. This is my small iPad kit. Individual first aid. There's a full kit that's in my go bag. This is a smaller one.
I have a light.
Right. They come in different sizes. Now this is your basic. It has ace bandage. It has hydrogen peroxide. It's got my gauze kit.
What's Doc? So do you know his ID?
tape.
Do we got them from?
So yeah, now this was, I believe this was given to me by Doc. Doc Peggins. Dexter Peggins. That full iPad kit, you got that full iPad, you got to buy that mug. That mug is beautiful.
It is.
But it's going to cost.
Still something.
Still standing.
That's what it is. I'm about to find it.
We've also had his as a guest. I think it was
Yes.
We got to have him on the Warrior
very
Club.
earlier.
He was a guest on here, remember?
Yeah, he was our first guest.
Yes. He's our first guest.
You weren't there.
That's right.
It
We was out of town.
when it was a
You did
survival show.
Right. You did the class.
Bob will probably remember the name sometime in the next few minutes, but I don't remember the name offhand. But just look within our first few episodes.
I got it right here, still standing.
No, about the episode we had him on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right.
These are tourniquets. I've got a couple of them. Make sure you got some tourniquets to stop the bleed, which is another class that Dexter Doc Peggins teaches.
Right.
Okay. And he gave me these. Now don't be like, you gave Baba going to give me some of the stuff. Don't do that to the man.
Baba gave.
I got lucky.
Baba trained him. He came to class. You know what I'm saying? It's an exchange. I ain't get one free. You know what I'm saying?
This is CKLS to cleanse you. If you can get some, get so you can cleanse yourself. I got some other stuff in there. I won't show, not just like tools, but I'm talking about other medicines because I don't want people tripping. When I had the heart attack, I had this bag with me. They said, you got your medicine in your bag? They went in the bag. They said, what's this here? This shit. I said, oh, I got the wrong bag. I'm like, you have to cover myself quick. This is a blood pressure cuff. So you able to, take people's blood pressure. Deodorant. Don't be smelling like you go to a comic book convention.
Did you put me on that? I think that's why I got that.
This,
yeah.
Maybe this is a crystal. This is
amazing how
this
that works.
This is a Thai stone. It's no aluminum in it. You use Thai stone. Stop.
You can get out of the shower, just wash thoroughly under your arms and take that. You wet it and you go in your arms and then smell. It's like it pulled musk from out of nowhere. Like, how does this thing pull musk? I just washed.
Make sure you wash your stone off because it'll hold the musk.
Yeah, you got to wash it off. You can alcohol, whatever it takes, but it will pull that musk up out of you.
Have the ink pen. I'm keeping this in case it busts. I don't want the job getting on like I got clothes.
That's just smart to keep it in the thing like that.
And so
smart.
This here,
well, I mark up
so
all
you can
my
take
shit.
notes and stuff like that.
It's crazy.
The
little things.
That's that's get home bag. This is enough for me to get home.
Right. Which is why it has it now or most of the time.
Right. Now if I have to use a go bag, that's I know every stuff has hit the fan. I got to be out from my house for a while. This is very important.
Yes.
If you have a nail, that's sometimes we take stuff for granted. It's a little chip in it. And as you move, it catches on your clothes.
Oh my gracious!
And it tears.
Or your toenail the same.
Or your mind is thinking about that.
Listen.
And it should be on surviving and helping other people,
it's
right?
The little stuff, split-second decisions.
One other, I just want to speak to something in the chat. I think it's I Manifesto and Melanin Rich were speaking about fasting. The thing about fasting, and one of you said that, is that you have to practice fasting. Is because it's a mental thing. So you don't want to decide that you're going to fast for the first time or the second time.
You got to.
Right. In that situation either. You want to be building up to that. You want to start with maybe 16 hours or something. Then you want to go to a day. Then you want to go to, 2 days, whatever type of fast you're going to do, because, it's a discipline building thing. So,
now, Small notebook and pen. That's important. Say, for many reasons, but let's say we're out patrolling. All of us are out. We're not patrolling, but we're in the military. We're walking through the forest. Blah, blah, blah. We rest. Children, 20 feet away. Man runs up, grabs one of the children, runs off. While the men and some women who are close enough should be, after that dude, one person should be, and that should be designated. That person writes down what that person looked like. You should have two, just in case that person doesn't see the other person. What their height, weight, race,
right?
What they're wearing.
They can model the car.
Everything, right? Yeah. Exactly. No need to write down, unless once again, you're the police and you can analyze and do all this. No need to get the license plate unless. Now, I'm talking about everything is falling down. If normal times you want to get the license plate, give it to the police, right. You can. If your loved one is not found by the police within 24 hours, they're probably not going to find them. They'll assume that they're dead and they'll act like they're still working, but they won't be. Get your comrades to help find your babies or your wife or your husband or whatever to the best of your ability to do that. My daughters would always tell their friends, I was like, hey, don't tell y'all friends that. They said, they were watching the thing, what you call it, Taken. And they said, that's hot daddy. I have a particular set of skills. Don't tell your friends that, because if they go missing, I'm not looking for them. I'm looking for y'all. Don't expect that. Hey,
set of skills for a particular group.
Right, for a particular group of people. Exactly. I'm like, no, not for everybody. Damn.
I heard my kid been missing from.
I heard you right. I'm like, you heard wrong. I don't know what you mean. And I actually have gotten a call like that before. We talked about Paracord already. A nice water bottle. My water bottle is okay. I got a much better one, but it's big, it's heavy. I've been thinking about it like, damn, where I'm gonna strap this to, because it's big. But this water bottle is metal. It's pretty durable. It keeps stuff hot, or if you put hot in there, or cold if you cold in there, for about 4 hours. So now, if you put something hot in a thermos, just so you know, we say thermos is actually a company, but we call them, right? If you put it in a thermal bottle like that, something hot, run hot water on the outside too, and it'll last longer and stay hot longer. If you put cold water on the outside. When you put cold in there and it'll be cold longer, just so you know.
Great tip. For my everyday carry water, I use this aluminum as recycled metal right here. I know some of you guys like me drink water all the time on the go and everything, and it's not good to put it in a reused plastic.
Oh no.
That's really bad for you. And I know we all done it, you know what I'm saying? But you can find something like this, this may be what you want to use for your everyday, unless you have your own designated, because everything in the stores most of the time for water is usually plastic.
And just know, with plastic, if you leave a bottle unopened, plastic water, water, like a 22 ounce, whatever it is, in a car. When it's hot, it smells like gasoline, because the plastic bottle is made from petroleum.
It's made out of crude oil, yeah.
Right, so it's absorbed, the water is absorb that oil, and you're gonna be drinking that. Don't drink it after you left that like that.
Yeah, osmosis is real. And I know a lot of people who buy packs of plastic water and leave it in the trunk of their car. A lot of people do that. My mom is when I had to beg her to stop doing that. Take that water out your trunk, Ma. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Well, if you have it in the car, at least the thing that I do, if I make a mistake, if I have a bottle of water or something like that in the car, then I just throw it in the back, because you can use that for your radiator or something like that if something happens, or just anything that you need water for that you aren't going to consume the water.
Just throw it in the bag. Although you might not want to wash your body with that either, because it's got the petroleum in it. Now,
it's right here. Did all that? It's in my bag. It's my to go.
Canteen, yeah.
Yeah, and it's rubber around metal. So the inside is metal. This cup is metal on the top of it, so it comes with your own cup already. And this part of it is rubber, just in case I do drop it, less noise. You know what I'm saying, and all of that. So
and with that, also those can hold cold or hot.
Exactly.
Also,
and it could attach to my belt if I needed it to.
Right.
You know.
That's a good idea, El Manifesto. It's buying those 24 packs of water is not a good practice anyway, and it's extremely wasteful. All of those bottles are extreme. Making a practice of always buying all those bottles.
If you ever see the documentary Tap, man, plastic bottles are destroying the world along with the white man. The white man and plastic bottles. I swear to God. Anyway, it's another story. We're destroying the
finally,
world.
Personal protection. Now we dealt with a good knife, which is much more than personal protection. Everyday carry. If you're going to carry a pistol, it should be part of your personal protection. Get yourself a good holster. But if you're dressed like me, which show you I dress like this on purpose, and sometimes I dress, usually not dressing like with a corduroy hat and some summer pants, running pants together.
You usually do dress with some hat.
But this is so. These pants are so soft. You can't really put a knife in there and pull it well. Just bad. They don't take a belt, so you can't carry a holster.
Right.
What do you do? And I've told the horror story about when I had on jogging pants was even sturdier than this, and fighting, and my pistol comes out. And that changed to a whole nother fight. Still with the person, but whole nother parameters at that point, right? But so these soft pants, if that's what you like to wear, we always like, if you like to wear it, you got to train on what you're going to wear with it. You have to have some type of top, a hoodie or something that has pockets,
right? That
you can carry. So like this, you have a knife in this top here, right? I also was going to take it off, so I just had a t-shirt. You say, well, what do you do now? Now I have to stick a knife down in my pocket, but if I fall, it's going to fall out. So this is not the safest thing to wear if you're going to carry a pistol, or especially have that in your bag, your backpack. Okay. Your purse, if you carry a purse, I don't really recommend it. And if you're putting a knife in your pocket, can you stand up real quick, sir? And turn so they can see you. It's in his low pocket, not the high pocket.
Right.
Because if you're on the ground and somebody got their knees on you, their thighs are going to cover your high pocket. You're not going to be able to get to your knife.
Right.
So you put it in your low pocket, and then you're able to draw it.
Or you keep one in your high pocket and one in your low pocket.
Well, the high pocket it'd be pretty much useless. I used to do that. Now I would have one in my high pocket for this. I pull yeah, but I was like, I don't want them to do this. I pull it and drop it. Oh, and they like, this nigga dropped his knife.
Oh, what you got?
And when they go from there, they catch the one in the low pocket, or they catch the one over here, or they catch the one in here. They catch the one down here.
That's smart.
See, so you can also when you drop it away from where he got to turn to get it or reach for it or whatever. Because or if now I got you, and he pull out his little club, and then you tear his ass up.
I don't want to spoil the last episode of Power that I watched, but they was having a shootout. I know I'm gonna say no names, and after the shootout, because anybody can have a shootout, so I'm not spoiling. So they're having a shootout, and after the shootout, when the stars take the pistol and put it back behind his waist, don't think you can do that. Don't think you can have a gun without a holster on your body, and after you use it, that you're gonna be able to put it back on your body. Like, it don't work like that. That's the movies.
You're gonna burn shit out yourself.
You're gonna burn these shit out of yourself.
But also, besides burning, let's say
it's not mobile.
Let's say you rub ice on that mug, and cool it down, miraculously. You put a knife, a gun, knife, anything, handcuffs, don't put them in the center of your spine ever like they do in the movies.
Right.
Because if you're knocked down,
yes,
and that knife, handcuff, pistol, whatever it may be, revolver, hits your spine, it can paralyze you.
At the very least, it's gonna hurt a whole lot.
Right.
And you risk the knife unlodging, the gun going. I mean, depending on how you carrying it, if you have a safety, could be a revolver, anything. So you risk a lot by doing that, by not having a holster.
Even if you don't have a permanent injury, it could affect your mobility.
And it's definitely gonna slow you down to defend yourself.
Right. You won't be getting up as fast as you fall down, but you should be able to do.
Right.
So
now, you get you a pistol. We don't do girl pistols. Girls should have this kind of pistol, but there's a reality to thing.
Weight and strength.
If you weigh 95 pounds and you're 5 feet tall, do not carry a 45 or 50 caliber Desert Eagle. That doesn't make no sense. If you're gonna carry a Desert Eagle, it's not a great tool anyway. It looks good in movies.
It really does look good.
It's 50 caliber. The recoil on it, it's not. They don't have great ammo for it.
Right.
Get you a 45. You want that kind of punch. But if you're a man or a woman with small hands and you get a 45, it's gonna work you now. It's gonna work you. If you got them dainty, teeny little weeny fingers, them dainty little fingers, whether you're a man or a woman,
right,
it's gonna work you now.
What Baba said.
A good, get you a good 9mm is good. And I always ask people, say, man, I want a 45. I want a 380. Usually, who'd you hear about that? Because they saw it on a TV show or watch some YouTube video.
Right. 45.
Right, yeah. This, my God. Student of mine, and I clowned him so bad, he changed. He has an AK-47 already. But he said he wants a gold AK-47. I said, number one, it's gonna be gold. It's gonna be gold plated, right? I said it's gonna be gold plated because if it's gold, that shit's gonna melt.
There you go.
The barrel gonna melt. So it's gonna be gold plated, but you're gonna show up. You definitely won't be with us because you pull that out. They say, there they are. No, they hiding. No, they hide. But that motherfucker right there with the gold is glinting, the sun glinting off of it. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
Chrome
funny how much
chrome.
It's funny how much our programming comes from watching the old West movies when we were young, because that really sounds like something that that comes from that with the
even after
revolvers and the
Dirty Harry and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I had a 40 before training. I had a 44 chrome Taurus with a big beam on it. First of all, you don't even need. I don't feel like even need a beam on a pistol.
Don't. And that shows where you at.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. So it is about your training, what you know, and TV programming. I wanted to say one thing about what I was saying.
Now you can get optics on a pistol, but not lasers.
Right, exactly.
Somebody said in Forest Park.
Right, they're talking about the New Life health foods.
Okay, I was about to say I don't know what's.
Back on health food store.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll check that one out.
So one thing I was we talking about what we have on us. So Bob was saying if you don't have the kind of pants that you can't hold knives and stuff like that, another alternative is to get.
Right.
You see this right here. This is a karambit. It's pretty. It's purple. I know. I got it at a gun show for $10.
Show them on your neck what it's in.
So take this off a second so you can see. This is the case. It's a necklace, right? And I even learned as time this can loosen. So what you do to tighten it up is you just get some bearings, some ball bearings, sit it right in those holes, and just bam those, and it'll tighten it up. So This is how it's upside down. It hangs like this. Again, you have to practice drawing this. You have to practice that. But that's an alternative.
And this, you can also use Paracord for that too.
See, and I got some and didn't even think about that. So I will be transferring this to Paracord. Also, in addition to my folding knife, I have a straight knife, which is for easier access. And you can kind of decide what you want to do. So depending on what hand you are, you may want one hand, your dominant hand, to be extra fast, so you put the straight knife on your dominant hand. Or maybe you want your less dominant hand, your non-dominant hand, to be faster, so you put the straight knife over there. It's just your preference of what you like to use and how you like to move.
When he's saying faster, so if you have a straight knife, so I take this out, I take it out, boom. Do the straight knife real quick. So I take it out and boom. That's two movements, right? Straight knife is boom. It's one movement. So it's quicker. That's what he's talking about if you want to be faster.
Right.
So if you put that in your left, you don't have to open it. You can flick this. There's different ways to do it, but you still got to go from close to open. You try to flick it. You say, then you finally get it, right?
Right. And you want to practice pulling this out
and
putting it back.
Right.
Without looking.
So it's deployed, and then you close it. So even if you close it without looking, and if you say, well, you may look in the thing. I mean, come on now. And then you put it up without looking, even if it's just going in your pocket.
Right.
Don't look at your pocket. Don't look. Keep your eyes on your opponent or just on your environment. Okay. And then you put it back. So with pistols, we're talking everyday carry. So most people are not gonna have a shotgun or anything like that.
Right.
And the revolver or pistol will be smaller usually for everyday carry. So 9mm. Just so you know, 380 and a 38 are the same. .380, that's 380. That's also .38. That's 38.
Yes.
Math, simple math from school. You don't have to add that zero at the end.
Right.
So I want 380. It's the same thing. And the 38/380 is a hair width difference from the 9mm. The 9mm is a hair width wider.
9mm is just more popular. The ammo is
easier. Right. It's been marketed to us well. Right. Before that, though, but for gun people, collectors and everything, the most popular pistol is the 45 Colt.
Oh yeah.
But 45 Colt is extremely expensive.
Right. The market.
Extremely. But if you can get your 45 Colt, just change now if you wanted to collect it, you don't change nothing. But if you get a 45 Colt, change the trigger so the trigger's wider, not the old thin trigger that they have. So it gives you a smoother squeeze. When you talk about also shooting, you squeeze the trigger, you don't pull the trigger, just so you know.
Another thing that makes sense, if you were a group, say you were a group of 4 people and you all you buying pistols, you buying rifles, it might be a good idea to buy the same calibers. So in those situations, you guys can share what you have. You don't want one person have this, the other person have this, the other person have this, and then you all are scattering.
That's the other conversation with your boy.
Right.
I said, hey man, everybody got AR-15s. Don't get. Now I have other calibers of rifles, but you get an AR-15 because you can share ammo. And I said, don't get. And then even with the AR-15, you got to decide: am I getting 5.56 ammo or .223? Because now that's the one thing that people. So we got some folks in the group with 223, some with 5.56, right? But really, if everybody had 5.56, that'd be nice.
Right.
But this person said, I like the AK. Why? You've never shot one. So what makes you like the AK? Now AK is watching TV.
Yep.
The AK is though the Harley Davidson of goddamn
Definitely.
Okay, it's the Harley Davidson.
Buried
The
outside.
AR-15 then would be it would be the
BMW.
Suzuki.
Okay,
know,
so it's still I got you.
It's popular. It's sleek. It's quick. It's light.
Right.
But that AK is heavy muscle. That's so it's nice. I mean 7.62. But if you're gonna get a 7.62 caliber rifle, now that the AK is 7.62 by 39, I believe it is.
Talking real gun talk now.
Get you a Mosin Nagant. Now the AK-47 gonna cost you $800 easy or more. The Mosin Nagant's gonna cost you, if you can find them, because people buy them because they're so cheap. The Mosin Nagant gonna cost you $99 wherever you go. And it's 7.62 by 54. It has so much power. Now the Russians are crazy because this is their units that do assault. Now there's no such thing as an assault rifle. I get to that, but they're units that hit quick and move. They're using goddamn Mosin Nagants. Those things shoot. You can shoot through. If somebody's standing, he's hiding behind that big oak tree. I can shoot that Mosin Nagant, hit the oak tree. It'll go through the oak tree and kill the person on the other side. And AR-15 is not going to do that.
That's powerful.
So that thing is powerful. I have one, and then you don't talk about what I have. I let you know I got that $99. So you'd be like, here, fools, if you didn't get it, it's hard to find them now.
Yeah.
Mosin, Mosin Nagant, -Nagant, Mosin Nagant, Russian rifle. Get that mug. Now, as far as assault rifle, don't do that to yourself in car, because as soon as you say that, people say you don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because no such thing. The AR doesn't mean assault rifle. I leave it to you to look up what AR means. It does not mean assault rifle. There's no such thing as assault rifle. Yes, do your homework. Probably Googling right now. And then you will now have educated yourself. People say assault rifle. That came from the news. Once again, we talked about the manipulated marketing and everything.
Make a point. They're trying to do something.
That's Armalite. Thank you, because he may have known though.
Yeah, because he came out of nowhere. We didn't see.
Right, so it's Armalite rifle
worldwide.
He probably makes Armalite rifles. Right? Yes, you can go to my website at so and so.
I got a question, Bob, from my manifesto.
What's that legal shotgun backpack size you talked about? We call it not a shotgun, but what it is now 2 companies make it. It's called a Shockwave.
Right.
All right. The Shockwave, the reason why we say not a shotgun, it's legally listed as a firearm. But so it can be that small.
Right.
Because you didn't. So if you take a shotgun and you saw the barrel down and saw off the what they call a sawed-off shotgun, you saw off the stock, that's illegal.
Right.
This is legally made 18 inches long with a Raptor grip. Never get a pistol grip for a shotgun that tears your wrist up. Another student hit me up, said, Bob, I got me the shotgun with the pistol grip. I'm going to let you know how it goes. I said, oh, yeah, go to the range, let me know. And I told a couple brothers, he going to F himself up.
Remember when I was
and he hit me up and said, nah, and this is a big, strong brother. Big, strong.
Right.
And he shooting with it. He said, I'm going to sell my shotgun. I almost dislocated my wrist. I know. I knew you were going to do that. You should have told me. No, because you're the type of person, you got to learn. You bought the thing without consulting me.
That is so true. I saw the very same pistol grip shotgun in a store, and it was very affordable. And before I bought it, I called Baba, and he told me not to buy it.
I got one off the street. I didn't check with Baba. I sent him a picture of it. He was like, That's what I was doing security for the flame, and I got rid of it mighty, mighty fast. It ain't take but one time. I was like, yeah, no.
It will tell you, yes, Shockwave. So Now he's a sort of more my style. Oh, okay.
Hey,
All right, Rambo.
Do what you
And
do,
then,
baby.
right. Take care of it, baby.
You
And
saw it off yourself.
then send me some pictures, baby. So the Raptor is the same size, like the sawed off that everybody likes.
Right.
And so that go in your backpack. People don't see it. I mean, my backpack is huge, so people ain't gonna see that at all. And so I just reach back and pull it out, right? And I started to bring it today. I started saying, I'm gonna break my code and show people, but I said, but it wouldn't be in my get home bag. It's too big for that. Right. But I keep going like this, about like this. It's small.
It's beautiful.
12 gauge or 20 gauge, you can get them in those calibers.
Okay. One more tip too.
Trying to hold it with one hand. Yes, you can hold that with one hand, but I wouldn't. I've shot mine with one hand.
Yeah, but you lessen your chances of being.
But I mean, what am I gonna do that for? I'm being the boom, going through boom, 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 boom. And once again, that all right, Rambo, because I'm not shooting like that. So boom, boom. I'm shooting with the shotgun here and the pistol here.
It is concealable.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely concealable. Another tip you can do.
Yeah, the Raptor's concealable, more concealable than the sawed off, because with the Raptor grip, the way it's made, it contours to your body.
Right. Another tip you can do, this is if maybe you're alone and you're not rolling with a crew or anything, or if you're with a crew, you can get the same caliber of firearm pistol as a rifle. So you can get a 9mm pistol and a rifle, so you can interchange your own ammo.
45 pistol and rifle.
Right, you can do that. So that's another thing you can do to streamline yourself, keep everything, flowing. You don't have to worry about what I'm doing for what. You know what I'm saying?
And finally, have you some good gloves.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you figure, I mean, most people, they're not thinking they're gonna be in any protracted shootout, I hope. But if it happens, if you fire even an AR-15 a number of times, after a while it starts to burn your hand, you grab the barrel to hold it. If you have to grab the barrel, then you got rails on it. Right. So these gloves are good for that. These are shooting gloves.
These are nice gloves. You can't see them up close, but
very nice.
I'm not gonna wait on the thrift store for these. I'm gonna go and find some of these.
So these here, they're impact gloves too. So it has rubberized back of the hand, down the fingers, except for the shooting fingers.
It's almost like racing dirt bike.
And so with that impact, I can impact, or somebody hit me, and happen to get hit in my hand. But I'm shooting. Don't think now this is gonna stop a bullet. But if I'm shooting, I have to drop quickly, and my hand hits the ground or hits a stone. It's not gonna hurt it.
Right.
Okay. And then this has a grip in there. I don't know if you can see it. So you're able, when you do put your finger in the trigger, you have a better grip. You're not slipping if your hands are wet or whatever. Okay. This is rawhide,
really nice
gloves, so they're durable.
Very flexible.
Yeah.
I'm glad I answered your question. I manifested. I'm not sure what it was that I answered, but I'm glad I did.
I have a couple of tips that are especially for the women. One of the things that we have kind of perfected over the past few years is the concept of the bra knife in our class. So you want to, you can carry a regular size knife, and of course you can, practice deploying it, but make sure that, of course, you're wearing a shirt that you can actually have access to it. You can. Now,
is that on the bra strap?
I was gonna say you can keep it either here, where it's like almost under your arm, almost, or if it's depending on the situation and you can't do it there, you can try to keep it in the middle. But you want to make a practice of trying it out at home, because certain bras it's gonna hurt if you keep it in the middle. Certain bras it'll be fine. Certain bras, the way that they're cut, it's not gonna work under your arm. You will ruin your nice bras with knives. So you don't want to, you're gonna have to know which ones that you can wear and you cannot wear if you're trying to deploy a knife off of them. You don't want to ruin your nice bras with a knife.
Now, a real quick thing: the sisters all came up with the. I mean, it'd be impossible for me to come up with where you put a bra at and all of that.
I thought you.
No, I mean, I've gained weight, but not so much. When I need the bra yet, and if I need a bra, it's gonna be a trainer. It's not
another thing you can't see. I might have to go. Well, I'll do this one first, but we have talked about many times on this show about how you should have your gun on your person, and you should. I have a holster that actually goes inside of my pants. So I guess I'll show the pistol, but it actually goes in. So of course it's not bulky. You can.
Oh, cool. It doesn't have to hook to the belt. It hooks to your pants, right?
Right.
Oh.
So you can't see it. But also, if you find yourself in a situation where you have to have a knife or have a gun inside of your bag, one thing that I had noticed on some of the tactical websites were these purses that they sold that had gun pockets. So it became a one-day thing for me. Okay, well, one day I'll get a purse like that. But I'm going to tell you, I bought this purse at the thrift store yesterday for $2. Very nice leather.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Durable purse. And this is not the first purse that I found like this. I decided that these purses have gun pockets.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact same kind of pocket on those tactical.
Somebody just named it.
Somebody just caught a bunch,
Exactly.
right?
Started making money.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
normally with these, you can't fit them with the holster. You just have to put the pistol itself. Oh,
Whoa.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
just making sure.
excuse me.
I
Sorry.
was looking the whole time. Is that loaded? Is it
Right.
You just have to put the pistol on the inside of the bag, and then you can close it. But also, some purses have a pocket on the outside. This purse also has a pocket on the outside. You can use the holster. You can use the holster and stick it in this pocket. The main thing,
Won't that go in that side pocket?
the holster won't.
Oh.
It won't fit. You can't close it.
Oh, I got you.
But the main thing is, if you're gonna have it in your bag, you want to make sure that you have your bag close. The gun pocket, to me, it's better if you have it where you can cross draw it. So you want to keep it in the front here, and also you want it to be the only thing in that pocket.
Right.
You don't want to be going in trying to fish around and find it. You want to know that you can go directly to that pocket and pull it out.
And I'm glad you said so if you have just your pistol in here, even in a holster, which it should be, in your purse, you got a little piece of paper,
All kinds
gum,
of
all,
things.
that shit get inside of your pistol, it will jam it up. Now it's not working. You may have ruined it permanently.
Imagine having a bracelet that hooks on to the holster of your pistol inside your purse. Like you really have to be careful. You cannot have it with other objects.
Or just slows you down from grabbing.
Or hooks to the trigger and you pull.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of that, the last thing I will show you is that, again, if you don't have, I got my bag with me. I got on jogging pants. I can't carry a knife. So I only have one up here and I want to have another one. Well, if you can carry your bag like this. You guys can just see me. And you can have your knife on your bag where, just like she said, she cross draws for her gun. It's the same way for the knife. I can be walking like this, and at any time I can pull this out. I'll pull it so you can see it because it's so beautiful. Baba has one. I copied Baba. But yeah, so that's just another tip for you. It's on the body, not really on the body, but you can make it to where it's close in hand. So it's pretty much the same thing. So I just wanted to give you guys that. And
I have one other thing also, but we're gonna have to move the camera because this is actually. I wear a lot of boots in the winter time. Boots are like my sneakers. So one thing I've been working on since Baba has been training me is trying to have a decent boot knife because you don't find a lot of them.
Right, I had a great one last week.
Right. So this one, if you see, I don't know if you can tell, but it's the same color as my boots.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I have it stuck down in. The only thing about it, and with these knives, the straight knives, is that you have to make sure that it's unhooked when it's in your boot, but it won't hurt you, and you can pull it out. You got the 550 paracord. It's inside a case, but you can pull it out. This is my Tonto knife.
You see the 550 paracord wrapped around it.
Right. It has the 550 paracord wrapped around it. And it also has a string, so you can pull it out by that. But, it's something that you have to practice as well, and something that you kind of have to coordinate, because that's the thing is the boot knives that I found, they stick out like it's difficult sometimes, but it's a useful thing if you can do it.
All right.
So what the fuck y'all be going where all these crazy people are?
Right outside, they all
Where are
right.
you that there are no crazy
I'm trying to move where you at.
Now he from Chicago, so he knows
Oh.
doggone well.
You know where he
You
at.
know all about
Yeah.
knives and everything else.
Right, that's why he got the sawed-off
Oh,
shotgun.
There you go. Right. Piece of cotton.
Peace.
Right, that's why he's dealt with enough shotguns to have a preference.
Right, exactly.
On what kind of-
So you know where them crazy folks at,
Thank
but
you, I manifest.
it's cool. So I manifest. Oh wow, nice crumb. It is. They got me one for, I think it's my birthday.
Yeah, I seen it. I was like, I
Real
got
nice.
to have that there.
I
Damascus
manifest
steel.
say women advantage having bags constantly if it's neat. When we can carry backpacks.
Right, like
Or if if you're feeling froggy, you can carry a man, what they call it, man bag.
Yeah.
Well, they have
They
the,
say man
now
purse,
the
but I refuse
Man
to say
purse,
that.
I'm not saying that either.
They're doing the fanny pack. That's the fashion now.
Fanny
You can
pack?
use that. Well, they're
That's
doing
old
the fanny
school.
pack, but they're
I'm telling you, it's nice.
they're carrying it over their arm.
Yeah, they carry
Oh,
cross
no.
carry fanny pack.
So they
Yeah,
charge
yeah.
you more money because
Cross carry fanny packs is what they do.
fanny pack,
Go
it
to
went
the
right
store
here.
and get you a nice fanny pack, and
There you
you
go.
can.
Now I
strap it
always
across
tell
your
people,
chest.
do not carry a pistol in your fanny pack. If you're a dude.
Why is that?
Didn't Tupac shoot himself?
Oh, right.
Oh, my
But he didn't
God.
have a fanny pack. He just had
Right, but the fanny pack right there.
Right, yeah, same thing.
That's worse.
too close.
Too close. So yeah, don't I'll put a knife in the fanny pack.
Yeah, of course.
But a pistol, once again, under stress and duress. So Tupac, when he was shot by other people. He also shot himself. You didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shot himself one time, trying to pull his pistol because of
Mhm.
nervousness. When you pull, you never pull with your finger on the trigger. It should be on the side. We dealt with that too.
Yes.
Well, we dealt with some great stuff on
I'm
these.
telling you,
On
man.
these shows, but y'all gotta go back and look if you haven't seen them. Look at those old shows. I gotta look at the old
And
shows.
share them on social media,
Yes.
wherever you at.
Wherever you
As
at,
hit the
share
like
and
button
right.
now.
Bingo. Mash that like button. Share. Tell a friend.
There you go. My life was saved because a guy pulled from his waist a gun he had on his waist. He shot it in point blank range, but his finger was on the trigger. So as soon as he pulled it, it started going off. Wow. So he pulled it with pow, 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 but he only had 7 shots. So by the time you actually pointed, he only had 1 shot left and missed that one too. And I was, blessed.
Well, now that you train with me, when he pulled it, you put your finger in there.
Yeah, that what I would have
See,
did. You know what I mean?
And then if he shot it, it blew him back, exploded, and hit him.
Exactly.
Don't believe that. I want y'all to.
No, don't.
Don't come taking the class. I took your class and I got shot. Well, we're not sticking our fingers in the muzzle of a.
We ain't kicking guns, none of that stuff.
We ain't kicking guns.
Carter.
Yeah, Ice Cold Carter would do that and succeed. Yeah, don't kick a gun or a knife. Although, peace, brother. You'd be safer kicking a gun than a knife, but don't do either because you're probably gonna get dead either way. All right. So, but this was a good show. We'll do more. We're gonna have to just do a bug out bag show. I've been avoiding it, to be honest. The reason I don't feel like taking all my shit out of a bag, oh my God, it's gonna take me a couple
we had
hours.
our bug out bags though. Did similar? Didn't we do
The, the same show with
for prep, disaster prep?
right, the same show.
Right.
We did.
We didn't break it. We didn't break it down.
Right.
Yeah, we had our guest, but we didn't have a guest that day, did we?
No, I don't think that we did that part.
Well, then we did some bug out bag stuff when we had the brother.
We get Ogunbaking in here for that.
Yeah, now that'd be cool to get Baking because he don't mind breaking his bag down.
Yeah, he break it all down for you. And then you can order from him too.
Right. And you can order your stuff with your bag. So the way we do USPI, the way Urban Survival and Preparedness Institute, we're gonna close on this. The way we do bags is it's code, so you can get a code red, code yellow, code orange. We don't do code white. That means you just walking around with nothing.
Right.
So code yellow, you may just be able to afford, a simple first aid kit and a knife. Code orange, we're going a little bit more with the blanket, different things, tent roll.
Right. Zip cords.
Right. You get your 550 paracords and all kinds of stuff going on, right? Flashlight, 3 types of flashlights actually, right? Then when you go to red, now we're talking, full out security gear, your portable stove and different things like that. We have a portable stove that, and we may do that on a survival cooking episode, right? The survival stove, it folds up to about the size of a box of a pack of cards, pack of regular playing cards. Then it unfolds, put the little tablet in it, set the tablet on fire, put your stuff on top because we've used it. I've been bragged with coffee by the sisters during the camp. They made coffee. I was like, if you can make coffee the natural way, then hey, I go for it. They made me coffee. I'm like, oh shit. Right? So they figured it out.
We didn't get anything in exchange for that.
Y'all did. Y'all got extra time. Y'all did.
I don't remember. All I remember is pain.
And we'll be starting those camps for the public as soon as we can get together and once all the, or Marion stop jumping on folks and messing with folks, pop locking on into he popped locked in and out of my life and just tore me up. So you all enjoy yourselves, be safe out there. Stay black or whatever it is you may be.
Much love, family.
We love y'all. Peace.
Great show.
Whoa. If you're still there, no.